Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 5-day-per-week wisdom and legacy building podcast. This is day 828 of our trek and time for our Philosophy Friday series. Each Friday, we will ponder some of the basic truths and mysteries of life and how they can impact us in creating our living legacy. As we continue on this trek called life, sometimes we have questions about life. So our Friday trek is where we can Ask Gramps. Gramps will answer the questions that you would like to ask your dad or granddad, but for whatever reason, this is not possible. No matter how old we are, I know that all of us would like the opportunity to go back and ask Dad or Gramps questions about life in many areas. We will address areas such as finances, relationships, health and fitness, business and work, home repairs and renovations, seasons of life, spiritual and biblical questions, and any other areas that come our way. As your fellow sojourner and mentor on this trek that we call life, it is Gramps' goal to provide you with practical wisdom and advice in many areas of life. It is critical that we receive a constant flow of questions, so please submit your questions to Guthrie@wisdom-track.com, and Gramps will answer them on our Friday podcast. We are broadcasting from our studios at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. Nearly everyone is concerned about their health, and most of us say that we want to maintain a healthy lifestyle. There is a huge difference, though, between being passively involved in your health journey and being committed to good health. It reminds me of breakfast with eggs and bacon. The chicken is passively involved with the breakfast. The pig is committed to making it happen. Maintaining a truly healthy lifestyle takes commitment. So our question for today is, hey Gramps, I want to start living a healthy lifestyle, including losing some weight. There are so many diets and supplements on the market today that it is really confusing. Can you give me some advice on how I can live a healthy lifestyle, including losing some weight that I need to? So today we'll look at You Are What You Eat. This topic is a plateful for sure, and that was a pun intended. There have been thousands of books written about a healthy lifestyle and diets. Much of this information could be useful, but we also find that much of it is contradictory. While I am not a doctor, and I've never played one on TV, I will be 62 in August and have maintained a healthy lifestyle at my current weight for many years. I have never followed a structured diet, nor participated in a structured exercise or wellness program. For some people, this may be needed in order to maintain the discipline to stick with it, but ultimately it must be your internal desire for change. By learning a few simple principles and sticking to them, I feel that anyone can be committed to living a healthy lifestyle and be successful. I do realize that genetics and environment can play a role in being successful, but unless you are committed, there will be no transformation. It is no easier for me to maintain my weight and healthy lifestyle than it is for anyone else, but I do have a commitment and a burning desire to do so. So here are some basic principles that will lead to a healthy lifestyle, which includes strengthening of your body, losing weight, and refreshing your mind and soul. First of all is to get out and get some exercise. You may never enjoy this, but it is imperative if you are committed to a healthy lifestyle. At a very minimum, walk as briskly as you can for 30 minutes. This could be inside your home or on the treadmill or outside if at all possible. If you can't walk 30 minutes at once, build up to it with 3 10-minute walks during the day. Walking all at one time is preferred because it gets your heart rate up, but anything is better than nothing. If you can't get outside, walk around a room or even a place while watching TV. The time will go much quicker this way. During the day, also stand as much as possible instead of sitting. Although I rarely feel like getting up early and exercising, I am committed to do so. I usually invest about an hour on the treadmill or my high-intensity interval trainer, which is a combination of elliptical and stair-stepper, which will usually get me about 17,000 steps during this time. I also listen to devotional materials and podcasts as I exercise to help take my mind off the exercise and expand my mind at the same time. I also use a standing desk during the day to help keep me alert while strengthening my core. Secondly is to get adequate sleep. All research points to the fact that we need at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep to restore our body, mind, and soul. We cannot neglect this, or the other efforts for a healthy lifestyle will be slowed down or stopped. If you think that your life is just too busy to get adequate sleep, then you need to focus on what is most important and drop the other items. The world will not end if you get a couple more hours sleep at night. But if you do neglect this, your world may end prematurely. And third, you are what you eat. Eating properly is not as difficult as it may appear, and certainly no more expensive than eating poorly. The first principle is to eat less. Especially in the U.S. and most Western cultures, we just eat too much. Gradually reduce the amount that you eat. Next, eat out less. It is much more expensive, and most restaurant foods are overly processed with limited nutritional value. When eating, either out at a restaurant or at home, you must limit your sugar and carbohydrate intake. This includes all types of sugars, bread, potatoes, pasta, and anything else that is made with flour. You need to minimize overly processed foods. If your meal comes in a box, then it is probably overly processed. Starches, like what I listed above, turn immediately to sugar once they are broken down in your stomach. Whole grain products are better because they do not break down as quickly, but still limit their consumption. I have to ask you, are you committed? As you are limiting starches in your diet, you will find that over time that your desire for them will be reduced. Replace starches with whole fresh food or fresh frozen foods. Our grocery stores are filled with these foods today. Learn to prepare wholesome meals that are high in protein. For breakfast, this can be eggs with a breakfast meat and limited bread. For lunch low in sugar, protein bars might be an idea. Also nuts, seeds, or protein-based smoothies. These are quick and easy to fix. For dinner, switch between the various types of meat, such as salmon, chicken, or beef, with a good portion of stir-fried vegetables. Season this food to taste, but limit using sauce or other fillers. Be sensible with your food and be committed. Too many people are not committed to a healthy lifestyle, but we must be different as we are told in Romans chapter 12, verse 2. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know what God's will is for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. I realize that we have only briefly covered this issue, so if you have further questions or need additional information, email Gramps at guthrie@wisdom-trek.com. You don't have to be overly rigid, but you must be committed to the transformation to a healthy lifestyle. I have to admit, it does take discipline, but if you desire it enough, then you will find that it is worth it. In making the change, may you live long and prosper. Next week, we will have a different question to Ask Gramps. Gramps will answer any questions that you may have about life and will provide you with practical wisdom about any area of life. Please submit your questions to Guthrie@wisdom-trek.com, and Gramps will answer them on our Friday podcast with wisdom and philosophy that Gramps has gained over the many years of experience and study. I know that you'll find these insights interesting, practical, and profitable in living a rich and satisfying life. Our next track is Meditation Monday, where we will help you to reflect on what is most important in life. So encourage your friends and family to join us and to come along with us on Monday for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. If you'd like to listen to any of the past 827 daily treks or read the associated journals, they are available at wisdom-trek.com. You can also subscribe to Apple Podcasts or Google Play so that each day's trek will be downloaded to you automatically. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and then leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you on Monday.